Welcome to the Midwest. My name is Jesse, and today I'm going to be giving you my 2-year NMN review and give you an idea of what my stack looks like today. It has changed over the years. I've added to my stack and for multiple reasons. So we're going to talk about that today. First, I want to thank MagicMind for sponsoring this video. MagicMind is an all-in-one nootropic blend that I have been taking every day for the past month and a half. Now, for most nootropics, you shouldn't take them every single day because if you've ever taken a nootropic before, you know that there can be a real diminishing of returns and it can actually create a dependence. That's where MagicMind is different. MagicMind uses a supplement called Bacopa. Bacopa is a very powerful nootropic that's been shown to increase its effectiveness over time. And so now that I've been taking it a month and a half, I'm noticing that it works even better. I want to thank MagicMind once again for sponsoring this video. So when it comes to taking NMN, I actually started taking NR back when Dr. Sinclair and Dr. Rhonda Patrick, they were talking a lot about it on podcasts and shows and things like that. And I started taking NR because it was the only one that was available. And there were a few options for NMN, but it was just stuff on Amazon and you know, it looked pretty sketchy. So I took NR, didn't really notice much difference, to be honest. And eventually I just stopped taking it. And then I saw actually my buddy Dave from Evolution of Dave. He started taking NMN Bio, and he did a whole thing about how they are really a reputable brand and all that good stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll start taking that. Love Dave, and I actually got to meet the CEO of NMN Bio, Dr. Serenova. She's been on this channel multiple times over the years, and that's why I take that brand. Okay, there are other brands that are probably just fine as well, but NMN Bio is the brand I started with, and I've always been happy with. In addition to 1 gram of NMN daily, so that's my daily dose, I also take 1 gram of resveratrol. In addition to that, I will take, I believe it is 6 grams of TMG, and I take about, I think 600 milligrams of quercetin every morning, along with I take, let's see, it's like 1 gram or so of ashwagandha daily. My biggest thing is I would like to live a long, healthy life, of course, but health span is the most important thing. I watched my grandparents live long lives, but they did not necessarily live healthy lives. And those last, 5 to 10 years of their lives, they really saw a huge deterioration in their health. And so that's why I'm taking these things. Now, I've taken NMN and pretty much this stack, and I've added, I would say over the last couple of years, I added the quercetin and I added the TMG to the stack. I was taking resveratrol. I've been taking that for years and years and years. I've been taking resveratrol. If you haven't already seen my videos on these things, there's more details. I'll put these above. But in the time that I've taken NMN, I actually noticed a difference in energy. And I will say one negative side effect of NMN is if you take it too late in the day. So occasionally I forget and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to take my NMN. Very rarely. But I've taken NMN in the afternoon and I've had a hard time sleeping that night. So if you take NMN, take it in the morning, make sure you take it on an empty stomach, take it before breakfast, or if you don't eat a meal in the morning, great, but take it on an empty stomach first thing in the day. I take all of my supplements generally first thing in the morning. And so that way I know it's just done. And it's great because I feel like they get great absorption on an empty stomach. Drink plenty of water, all those other things, but that's primarily when I take my supplements and a negative effect of taking it too late. My testosterone has gone up significantly. In a previous video, I talked about how my testosterone went up by a little bit over 20%. That is huge. A 20% raise in testosterone from the 500s to the 700s. And here I am older. I'm getting older, but my testosterone is going up. So that is fantastic. And that's one of the things that I attribute to not just NMN, but also ashwagandha. Actually, some of the things in MagicMind have positive effects on the testosterone levels. So I've really seen a real powerful change in my testosterone levels since I've started on this stack. There have been some studies that have linked a higher level of testosterone in men to taking NMN, and I will link a study down below. I believe there was multiple cases where it's approximately 20%, in some cases up to 40-some% in people who have very low testosterone as well. In that time, I've been injured a few times. I've gotten sick. I caught that one virus that nobody's supposed to talk about. I don't know. Now in this year, is it, you're not supposed to talk about it anyway. Every time I get sick, every time I get an injury, I take more NMN, and I notice that I get an alleviation of my symptoms. And in many cases, I recover faster. So for instance, I injure my shoulders. Sadly enough, I haven't injured my shoulders, I would say, in the last year, but the recovery time, okay? The overall recovery time is fantastic with NMN. So I'm recovering from my workouts faster, from my injuries, from sickness, all those things much faster. This is anecdotal. This is not like I'm saying, hey, this is what they found in the science, because I don't think this has really been studied. I mean, it's an experimental molecule. That's why I'm making this video. There's a lot of science that is out there, but a lot more that needs to be done. I'm just reporting to you my personal experience, because it is kind of the new frontier when it comes to this particular supplement. Lastly, I will say that my blood work has been fantastic. However, it's not completely made it so that it's perfect. I still have problem issues. I still have some issues that it's like, okay, it's not ideal here. And I exercise every day. I eat well. I mean, you can do all of the things right, and you still are going to have some issues that arise. And that's just part of it. And so I wouldn't say that it's a miracle pill, but I will say that it's, out of all the supplements that I take, if I could only afford one, I would take NMN and forego all the other ones. So I think that this stack is working really well. It's something I plan to continue. And if you take NMN, if you take a stack for longevity and for expansion of your health span, let me know what that is in the link below or in the comments below. I'd love to find out, hey, maybe there's something I'm missing, and I would love to find out a little bit more. There are a few other things that I do take. Someday I'm going to show you me taking my morning supplements every day. There's other things I do take, but this is my core thing that I do, and all the other stuff on top of that are kind of like, you know, maybe we consider them optional. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. And if you have questions, put them down in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another.